This is Educated Artistry. Hello, everybody, and welcome to this week's episode of Educated Artistry. It has been a minute since we have just done a solo episode together, so I wanted to just kind of go over a few transitions and updates that have been going on in my business because as you guys know, I'm always going to be real open transparent with you about what is going on, and there has been a lot of changes these past couple months, and I just feel like I haven't done a solo episode in so long to be able to just kind of talk to you guys and give you some updates and let you know about some exciting things coming up that you may want to be a part of. And then we will dive into the main topic of today's episode, which is why you need to stop sleeping on TikTok when it comes to making content and marketing your beauty business. TikTok is something that I love the app so much, and my business has grown. I've gained a lot of new faces. There's probably a lot of you guys listening now that found this podcast and found my page because of TikTok. So I just want to kind of give you guys some insight and why I think you need to stop sleeping on it in order to, build your business, whether it's gaining clients, gaining students for your lash trainings, because there is a lot of ways that you can utilize this for your business, whether you're looking to grow a local clientele or you're looking to reach more artists in general, whether it's hair, skin, nails, makeup, whatever that can be. So let's get right into just a few updates. So this month, actually today, I have cut back to only taking clients 2 days a week, which is kind of scary, but also exciting because now, I was only taking clients 3 days a week, but I was doing like a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday schedule, but then Mondays like quickly got booked up with just a bunch of other stuff. And so it was really hard to have a set day to do podcasting, to kind of like make appointments and do all like the personal shit you have to, do to live. And then also enjoy your weekend and your time off and have a social life. So cutting back clients to 2 days a week, I did do another price increase, and I did have to let go of a few clients where my schedule no longer worked for them. And obviously, if I'm going from 3 to 2 days a week, I just will not have as much space. So that was a little hard. I gave all my clients actually a 2 month notice. I'm really lucky that I have two great renters. So I was able to pass a couple clients off to them. I actually had two clients that were, moving. So it kind of worked out like at the same time. But that has been really exciting because it is opening up my days to be able to do more of what I really, really love, which is like making podcast episodes, creating courses. And I was just finding that there wasn't enough time to do it all. Right. So I just gave myself this. I felt like I was at this crossroads where I'm like, I either need to cut back on taking clients so I can give more energy to these things because I just felt like I couldn't give 100% energy to anything because it was just too much all at once. So that is kind of my new schedule. It's going to be really weird at first, only going into the salon like 2 days a week. But I'm super excited to just kind of get into a new routine, and I'm going to be doing more work from home. So that's going to be really interesting too on not getting distracted and staying productive. You guys are probably going to see me at a lot of coffee shops because that's like my favorite place to go work and just get shit done without getting distracted. So, the next update that I haven't officially announced on this podcast is that we are now on YouTube. So I'm super excited because for a long time I've had all of the podcasts recorded with video, but I just never put them up on YouTube. So now we have 7 episodes that are up on YouTube. So if you enjoy watching podcasts, then that is something that is a great option for you. This is something that I'm really going to grow and I have a ton of plans for. But I kind of had to practice what I preached with launching before it's perfect because I've had everything that I can. I've had the video, right? The video recordings of the podcast that I could have posted on YouTube a long time ago, probably for the past year. but I just always felt like, oh, I just need it to be perfect. I need a better setup, better lighting, a better camera. And, at the end of the day, I was like, I am just going to launch and we will perfect later. So you'll even see the first couple episodes I uploaded, the intro, it's just a black screen with the audio intro because I didn't have an intro made yet. The most recent episode that is up now has an intro and an outro page. So you know what? We're getting there. And soon you're not going to see me in my house if you watch this on video, but you'll see me in the studio. We're going to have a nicer setup. We'll be able to do some in-person guest interviews, which is what I am so freaking excited about. So there is so much more to come with that. I'm going to put the link to subscribe to the YouTube channel in the show notes. There's probably going to be a lot of links in today's show notes, just to let you guys know. So that way you can go subscribe and just see how it evolves into something beautiful. Next update is the Lash Conference. We, as in the Educated Artistry podcast, is going to be a sponsor this year at the Lash Conference. And we're going to have a booth. We're going to be recording live episodes. We're going to have some fun merch. We're going to have some fun giveaways. We're going to have some fun freebies for everybody. So I'm super excited. This is my first year ever going to a conference as a sponsor and having a booth. And I have done past episodes where I've talked about attending the Lash Conference. I've gone since 2019, which was the very first year that they did it. And I've gone every year since then and just seen how much it's grown and how much, hard work, dedication, and love that Paul and Tuscany have put into this conference. And I remember last year when I was there, I was like, I'm going to have a booth next year. I was just like, whatever it takes, I'm going to do it, because there was just this point where I was like, I feel like going and networking and everything is great, but I was like, I want to have a spot to where I can meet you guys and maybe have you on the podcast and just, I don't know, just have a little bit more involvement within the conference. So I am so freaking excited to be able to, be a part of that. And if you guys don't know, the Lash Conference is held in Anaheim, California. It's going to be October 14th to the 16th. I will also attach the website link in the show notes so you can go read up on all the details. They, have the lineup of all the speakers, all the sponsors, what topics are going to be talked about. It's going to be a huge business-based conference with a ton of different topics that they go over. And then this year too, they are having some cool classes. I know Allie from Lash Anarchist is doing a little mini course of her Layer Slayer course. And I can't think of anyone else on the top of my head, but they're going to have little technique courses as well. I think somebody's doing lash lifts or brow lambs, something like that. So that is going to be awesome too. It's a 3-day conference in Anaheim, California. You are able to get hotel reservation at the Hilton, which is where the conference is being held. So you don't have to Uber or anything crazy. You just get to walk downstairs. If you've never been, it's an amazing experience. Go back and listen to my recap episodes. I actually have, I probably will do that soon because I have recordings from this last year from 2022, or was that 20? Yeah, 2022. And I never got to putting them all together and recording an episode and giving you guys a recap. So maybe we'll do that soon, even though it'll be a little bit late. But my experience as an attendee has always been amazing. I've always left making connections, making friends, learning, having a new mindset, being super fired up. There is payment plans available. So if this is something you guys are interested in, then definitely go to the website, check out the details, get set up on a payment plan. You and your lash bestie split a room and let's hang out. So super excited. Okay, and then I think my last update before we get into the episode is going to be sponsorships. So if you guys didn't know, you probably have heard that we once in a while have sponsors that are kind of little mini ads that come onto the podcast. Now, these are something that's a little bit new, but has been really fun to do because when it comes to people buying an ad space, if you listen to a lot of other podcasts, you hear HelloFresh, MeUndies, all those types of sponsorships, right? Which is great. But for me, I knew that when I wanted to start offering sponsorship spaces, I really wanted to offer it to other people in our industry that have brands, services, courses, even if it's health and wellness, things that pertain to the beauty industry. Because for one, for those brands, if you're thinking about becoming a sponsor, your ideal client and your audience are these listeners. Now, I also wanted to be able to give brands and companies access to my audience and let you guys be able to learn about new people and get exclusive offers or discounts, because it's like small business supporting small business, right? I would, rather than putting a bunch of money into Facebook or Instagram ads, that's totally fine and dandy too. But this is just another way that you can, one, support a fellow small business and, get your product and your service out to other beauty business owners that are listening to this podcast. And it's just a great way to, build community and connection. So if sponsoring a podcast episode is something that you may be interested in, then definitely send me an email to educatedartistrypodcast@gmail.com, and I will send you all of the info and the details on the sponsorship package options. So would love to have you and your support. And just for listeners too, and as far as sponsors, just like saying, I value my community's trust in me and what I suggest or I promote to them. So just know as a listener that if it is a sponsorship or a company or brand that I don't align with or I don't believe in, then I'm not going to bring them on the podcast as a sponsor. And that's just kind of how it is. I never want to just like give you guys, you know, I don't know, it just feels icky to me. But anyways, you can email me educatedartistrypodcast@gmail.com for more information on that. Now, let's get into the main subject of this podcast, why you need to stop sleeping on TikTok. So I feel like the first thing, because there's been a lot of things going on with TikTok lately. If you even are on TikTok, I'm sure you've seen when they had the congressional hearing about with TikTok CEO about potentially banning TikTok in the United States. So then I hear a lot of people say, well, what if it goes away? Like, what's the point? Like, what if TikTok leaves? Like, okay, none of these social media apps are guaranteed to us forever. At any point, we had, 2 years ago where Instagram went down for a day and everyone was freaking out. So to me, like, if TikTok gets banned, like, yeah, I will be upset. And I think that the reason why they're trying to ban it, like, I don't really agree with. But at the end of the day, any of these social media platforms, like, they are not guaranteed to us. So are we just using that as an excuse, right? So let's go into the first reason why I think you need to stop sleeping on TikTok. The attention is there. The attention has been there. There was this article I was reading called How TikTok Beat Instagram by Chris Stokel Walker from businessinsider.com. Quote, according to data obtained by the Wall Street Journal, Instagram users spend 17.6 million hours a day watching Reels, while people spend an astounding 197.8 million hours a day on TikTok. Guys, so the attention is there, right? That is where people are consuming content. So that's important to know too. We want to know where our ideal audience or client, where is their attention right now? And that is something really important when you are looking to market to your business and scale your product line or your training or your courses. Where is the attention of your consumer right now? And it has been TikTok for a long time and it's only growing. TikTok is also a search engine. Okay. So I want you guys to think of like Google, Pinterest. You can type in lash extensions near me, right? Lash extensions in Vancouver, Washington. And if you go on TikTok right now, you can search in keywords if you're searching for something like, for example, when I went to Maui, or it looked like vacation Amazon finds. I would search that on TikTok and you'd see the flood of videos of all these people posting like their Amazon finds of their favorite vacation pieces that they found from Amazon, right? You can do the same thing with like Pinterest. It's a search engine. You're searching like how to style black leather pants. You can do the same thing on TikTok, same thing on Google. So I want you guys to start thinking of it as a search engine more than just a social media platform, because TikTok's algorithm does have with the keywords. Anytime you have captions on your video in TikTok, or if you add text to your screen, so if you go to edit and you add like a headline or you add text onto your video within the TikTok app, not having captions that you're repurposing from Instagram that you had there. It has to be captions that are made within the TikTok app. And then you're adding keywords and stuff within the TikTok app when you're editing. TikTok takes those keywords and they are going to be able to help show your video to people who are also searching for those keywords, right? So you would want to, if you're looking to build your clientele locally, you'd want to write keywords such as like Vancouver, Washington lash artist, because somebody is going to search that, right? If you're a retention coach, you're going to want to say like lash retention tips. And a really great way to even just be like, I don't even know what keywords I should use or what I should write to know like how it's going to get in front of my audience. You literally open up your TikTok app and search a question that you think that your ideal client would ask. Okay. So maybe you do like retention course. We could say how, I'm going to do this right now in the moment. So how, I'm going to screen record this. Maybe I can add this. How to get better lash retention. Lash retention. Okay. So if I do have the video up on here, you guys, but otherwise I will say it and explain it for the audio version. So you're going to see that you say how to get better lash retention. And I typed how to get better lash. And then I have all of these results that are going to be in bold letters. So it says how to get better lash retention, how to get better lash pictures, how to get better lash lift results, lash content, lash videos, lash fans. So this gives you ideas. This shows what are people searching for. Just like in Google, when you start typing something in and it gives you suggested search because that's like what people are searching for. It's the same thing with TikTok. So you're really able to capture new people into your business by having text on the screen and using SEO to like optimize your video. So that is something too that right now Instagram just doesn't offer at the same rate. And I will say this is no bash to Instagram at all. I think you guys should use both. I just think that they have separate purposes in business right now. I believe that TikTok is going to be your outreach platform. So TikTok is where you're kind of like in a bigger pool and you're trying to outreach to new people. You want new people to discover your business, your brand, your content, and bringing them to Instagram is where you're going to nurture that connection, right? TikTok, we're outreaching, we're getting them engaged and getting them wanting to follow us. And Instagram is where we take them over and we nurture that connection. They watch our stories every day, they see our hard feed post, and that's going to be where we're nurturing that connection. Because going into another one of my points, with TikTok's algorithm, and you guys know this just if you've been on the app, it shows you to a whole audience, right? It throws your video out into an audience of people who have not yet discovered you based on what your video is about. There's lots of like hashtag strategies, keyword strategies, like I kind of touched on, that can help get your video in front of your ideal client. But with Instagram, now that they've made reels, now you have a way to get seen by other people besides who's already following you, but it's only with reels. Like your stories, your hard post, your lives are only seen by your followers, where everything on TikTok could be seen by potentially a new client or student of yours, right? So that's pretty freaking amazing that you can get discovered by a new person every day or multiple people. And I will say too, a lot of you guys are already making really amazing content and, videos for reels. So why not repurpose those and use them on TikTok, content you're already making? I also like to tell people, because one of the pushbacks I get is like, oh, it's just like too much content. I'm making so much content. How can I make double content? Because now it's two platforms. Number one, repurpose when you can. Number two, stop giving a shit so much about what everything looks like and if it's aesthetic. I view TikTok as your Instagram stories. So that's actually a really great way to repurpose content from Instagram to your TikTok. When you are educating on your stories, you're talking about a hot topic, maybe you're sharing a controversial opinion on your stories, save your story before you add your captions. Remember? Because the Instagram captions and the TikTok captions are not going to be like cohesive with each other when it comes to helping you with your SEO. So before you add captions or anything else to your Instagram story, save the video. And then add your captions, whatever you want to do, and then post to your Instagram story. Because Instagram stories only last 24 hours, right? So their shelf life is already very short. But you're going to take that Instagram story and you're going to repurpose it on TikTok. And guess what? You can even repurpose it as an Instagram reel as well. So you're getting both of these pieces of content. You're making that one story that originally had a 24-hour shelf life, and you're turning it into two pieces of content on two platforms that are now going to have a much longer shelf life than that one story would have. Because that story I'm sure that you made was super valuable information. Why only give people access to it for 24 hours? So taking that, and then when you take that story into TikTok, add your captions, your keywords, and everything there, and then upload it. There you go, more content that you have. And that's the one thing that I love about TikTok is it feels a little bit more raw and real and not as like buttoned up and perfect compared to Instagram, which I don't think either is wrong. I just personally like showing up that way versus like having everything be like super aesthetic. And that's just my personality. I would rather just talk to the camera and talk to you than like make a scripted video and or like I don't know. So that's just me. So that is a great way though that you guys can start repurposing your content, making it a little bit easier, and getting a longer shelf life on the videos that you have, right? I feel like sometimes we overcomplicate making content and really put this pressure on ourselves that it has to be perfect. Like, just talk to your audience, share value, story tell to them. How can you solve problem X, right? To get them to the solution. So, I actually do have a freebie for you guys on how to get your content in front of your ideal client. It's free. So, if you just go to kkartistry.com, I once again will have it listed in the show notes, and it's going to give you my 5 tips for getting your content in front of your ideal client on TikTok. This is going to cover a little bit of what I was talking about with like some hashtag strategies, your keywords, and a couple other things like that that are really going to help get your content in front of your target audience. So definitely go grab that freebie. Even if you're using content that you're repurposing, these tips are going to help you get your content in front of your actual ideal client. So, and this is what I'm going to kind of go over in the freebies so you guys can grab that. If you really want to dive into TikTok, I did do a masterclass about a month ago called Scroller to High Roller, and it is how to build your business and your authority on TikTok. It is a 2-day live class. It's already been done live. So now you would go back and watch the videos, but that is going to take you through everything from repurposing content, your keyword research, your hashtag research, what kind of content to make, how to repurpose content, what to post. Like it's going to take you through everything, how to sell and make money on TikTok. So if that is something that you have been kind of interested in learning more about, then you can go grab Scroller to High Roller Masterclass. Once again, I will link it in the show notes. And then that way you can learn how to use TikTok. Because I do know like it can be something that is like, oh, I just got Instagram down. Like, I need to learn how to do another app. But I will tell you guys, it's super easy. It's super fun. And that class was one of my favorite master classes to take. And we've seen really good success with students that have taken it. I started posting on TikTok in probably like 2019. We were still in business, like nothing had closed down yet. It was probably end of 2019. And then I've just kind of continually posted, like, if you go way back, there's the cringiest videos of me because it was just lip syncing and like whatever. It's so cringe. But as I started to post more about like educational content on there and showing up that way, and I really started this past year in 2022, especially, I kind of really started tracking my analytics. Like, where are people coming from? Which one of my platforms for social media, where are people coming from to buy courses or to come to the podcast or my website? And consistently, time and time again, TikTok is number one. And like I said in the beginning, that is why it's an outreach platform. You're gaining those new people and then you're bringing them into your nurturing platforms, which is Instagram, maybe your website or your email list or your podcast, right? Where we're nurturing this connection. So, time and time again, over 50% of my masterclass signups come from people who found me on TikTok. The podcast has completely skyrocketed in downloads and everything because of people finding it and learning about it on TikTok. So there is just this amazing opportunity that I don't want you guys to keep sleeping on. Stop worrying so much about, oh, maybe I don't understand it. And stop getting so in your head if something, you post something and it only gets 5 views. Keep fucking posting. Switch things up, try different keywords, keep showing up and posting, learn. You were never good at lashes when you first started, right? You might not be good at this app that you haven't used before, and that's okay. Keep showing up. And definitely grab the freebie so you can make sure that you're actually getting your content in front of people that are your ideal audience. Last but definitely not least, just to share with you guys that the one thing I do really love about TikTok is the ability when you go live that you are seen by, like, it could be anybody. Anybody could pop into your live. And that is also something that has been really a huge part of growth within my business as well, is because you go live, which it does suck. You do have to have 1,000 followers to go live. But if you follow that freebie and you're make sure you're putting your content in front of your ideal client, even if you take the scroller to high roller class, you're going to be able to get to that 1,000 followers fairly quickly. But you do need to get there, and then you have the ability to go live. And that has been something I usually do flash sales when I'm on a live or I'm just talking. Sometimes I'll have the live going while I'm doing a podcast recording. And that has been something that has brought in a lot of people into my world. I've done free little mini courses and actually made decent amount of money after going live, where people were doing a flash sale. I'm teaching a mini version of like my course, and then they have a discount code that they can purchase throughout the live. And I just keep the code on for the duration of the live. So it gives a little bit of incentive. And if any of you guys are listening, you ever want a masterclass and you want to get a little discount, show up to the lives. So usually about an hour flash sale where you can get a discount on a class. And there have been times, where the live is done and I've made $600. There's been a time that the live is done, I made $200, which in an hour is amazing. Or there's been a time where nobody signed up for classes. That's fine. But I had a new person sign up on my email list. Like, to me, it's not about making money, but it is a really great opportunity to get yourself in front of new people and help solve a problem of, and with a course that you have or something that you have that can help them. So that is another thing that I freaking love about TikTok, when you can get to that 1,000 followers, because, with Instagram, you don't really get the visibility to other people. I think still Instagram lives are great. It's a great way to nurture your current audience, but TikTok lives are going to be great and able to outreach. If you have a course about lash retention or pricing, which is me, do a little mini course and talk about those things, whether it's client building, how to build an extra stream of income, talk about those things and go on there. So that is my rant for why you need to stop sleeping on TikTok. Make sure you guys go grab that freebie in the show notes. And if you want to join Scroller to High Roller, love to have you there. And otherwise, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today on this solo episode. We were supposed to have a guest today, but technical difficulties. So we will have a guest next week for you. And I'm super excited for everything that is to come. And I will chat with you guys soon. Have a wonderful week.